Right now, I think the car manufacturers are teasing us, laughing at us, while we're shelling out an average of $50,000 for a brand new car. They're busy replacing the good engines, the good components, the good transmission, the durable ones, the real engineering with some cheap tricks and plastic lies. JD Power's 2024 studies show that feature dissatisfaction is at an all-time high, 195 problems per 100 vehicles, because we are being sold innovations that are simply just insults. Wow, from fake sounds to invisible maintenance. I think the industry has lost its minds. Grab some coffee because I'm gonna expose 10 useless features that I think these features make me and probably you sick. I think the first one is absolutely huge. Every single person hates this feature, and that is piano black or anything glossy or shiny in the interior. On the showroom floor, it looks like $1 million, but 10 minutes later, it's just a crime scene with tons of fingerprints, dust, scratches, and everything is messy. It looks so old so fast. That is so simple. It's the softest, cheapest plastic known to man. Look at any forum, Reddit, AutoGeek, you name it, and you'll see people desperately trying to ceramic coat their interior just to keep it from scratching if they look at it wrong. The car manufacturers think that they are premium, but they are not, they are cheap. It's the lazy way. Look at some luxury brands. If you compare the old ones with the new ones, it's not even comparable. Those Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs from 20, 30 years ago, if you sit inside the car, you see the difference. The dashboard is cleaned with high quality materials, the real leathers, real, at least wood touch or this kind of materials. You feel the luxury inside the car. Right now, it is so cheap, so flimsy, so cracking everything. It's not premium. It's a lazy way for brands to avoid using real wood or metal. It reflects the sun directly into your eyes and looks like a scratched up CD from 2004 within 6 months. Disgusting. The second annoying features inside the cars are these touch screens instead of real buttons, and specifically for HVAC system. According to the 2024 initial quality study, features, controls, and displays is the second most problematic category. Why? Because you can't feel the screen. In the old days, everything was just simple buttons. Just you get used to it. After 1 week of driving, you know where the buttons are. Everything functioned properly, everything was simple, and nobody actually blame or criticize these kind of buttons. But right now, imagine you are driving at 70 miles per hour and you have to just scroll and roll through the different menus to find something, for example, defrosting the windshield. It's definitely dangerous and it's not functioned properly. Imagine in the cold days, people in the cold areas like Canada or Scandinavian countries, they wear gloves, and these gloves, you cannot work the touch screen and this kind of stuff with the touch screen. Or in the warm weather, these screens are going to melt down. I think they are totally useless, especially these buttons. You cannot do anything. And some people may say it's cheaper for manufacturers to produce these touchscreen buttons instead of, let's say, 50 different buttons on the dashboard or inside the interior. I think in the old school, people or the car manufacturers did actually produce these buttons. They didn't have any problem. It is part of these car manufacturing system. So before we continue and deep dive into the next useless feature, if you think that I'm delivering something of value, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. That's a big help for us. The next useless feature, which is one of the worst one, is the death of the dipstick, both for engine and transmission. This one actually hurt my soul. alone, opening the hood and not seeing a dipstick for your oil or transmission fluid is like a doctor trying to diagnose you without a stethoscope. Manufacturers claim it's to prevent contamination, but let's be real, it's about forcing you into the dealership. BMW, Audi, and now even some trucks are hiding your oil level behind a digital sensor that only works when the car is warm and on a level ground. Another horrible one is sealed transmission with lifetime fluid. We don't have anything lifetime in our cars. It's so simple. Everything has a lifetime. You have to change the transmission fluid. There are so many mechanics told me lifetime just means until the warranty expires and the transmission explodes. If I can't see the color and the smell of my own oil, do I even own the car? You see that brushed aluminum inside the interior, you see that everything is shiny, everything is perfect. It is a deception. They are just simple plastic with 2 cents covers, aluminum covers. We are paying luxury prices for a middle school art project. Real luxury used to mean real materials. Now, if you tap on the metal in a $60,000 SUV, it sounds hollow and sad. It's an insult to our intelligence. It's designed to look good in a 30-second Instagram ad, but feel like a Happy Meal toy the moment you actually touch it. Number 5, which is actually killing that spirit of sports car lover, and that is fake exhaust tips. This is the ultimate poser feature. You look at the back of a new Mercedes or Audi and see these massive, aggressive dual chrome exhausts. Then you look closer. The actual exhaust is a tiny, sad straw pointing at the ground 6 inches behind a solid piece of plastic. Why? Why build a fake hole? It's like wearing a tuxedo shirt printing on a t-shirt. It's deceptive, it's ugly, and it makes the entire car look cheap once the real exhausts start puffing steam in the winter and the tips stay bone dry. The next useless feature, which is related to the last feature, which is pumping the engine noise through the speakers. This is one of the new one that unlock everything. If the exhaust tips are the t-shirt tuxedo, then active sound design is the lip syncing of the car world. BMW and Volkswagen are some of the biggest offenders here. They've insulted the cabins so much, and the engines have gotten so small and muffled by turbos that they have to play an MP3 of a V8 through your speakers so you feel sporty. It's the definition of fake. If the engine doesn't sound good, build a better engine. Don't lie to my ears while I'm driving. It's really embarrassing when you are in the car and it sounds like a beast, but someone on the sidewalk just hears a sewing machine. The 7th useless feature, actually it's related to design, is thin paper back bumper. Have you ever seen that these back bumpers, they don't bump anymore? They don't protect your car, especially the back of your car anymore. They've become rear decorative panels. Manufacturers have narrowed the bumpers so much to make the car look sleek that they no longer extend past the trunk or the tailgate. This means even a 5 mph love tap in a parking lot doesn't just scratch the plastic. It crushes your actual liftgate or rear quarter panel. Insurance data shows bumper repair costs have skyrocketed because what used to be a $300 plastic swap is now a $4,000 body shop nightmare involving sensors, paint matching, and structural repair. They sacrifice your wallet for a design aesthetic. The 8th useless car feature is oversized wheels and rubber band tires. 22-inch wheels look cool, I get it, but on a daily driver, it's a disaster. These large wheel size leave about 2 inches of sidewall. That means every path hole is a potential $500 tire replacement or a cracked rim. Forum owners are constantly complaining about the harsh, crashing ride quality of modern cars. Manufacturers do it because big wheels fill the arches and look premium in photos, but they are killing your comfort and your bank account. You are driving on a rubber band, and the first time you hit the curb, that bezel-less rim is toast. The ninth car feature or car trend that is useless and a little bit unreliable is small engines plus turbocharged. This combination is not durable. The biggest problem is that these small engines should carry the biggest or some of the biggest SUVs. They are almost 2 tons with 1.5 liter small engine with turbocharged. The engine is always under pressure, specifically when you put pressure and when you accelerate so fast and so agile. And not only the turbo and engine are under pressure, the other components should actually help this pressure to resolve. Let's say the cooling system should work extra or are under pressure. The other components, because the engine, when you put so much pressure, could easily overheat, and cause so many problems for these plastics and sensors and electronic components, and it can cause a huge problem for your engine and for your car. Another major point that I should mention is that most of these engines use direct injection system, which means that these gasoline or petrol should directly inject it inside the cylinder chamber. It causes carbon buildup on the valves. And the 10th feature or the new trend that make me sick is overusing the screens. Not only it is lazy design, but the glare is horrendous. On a sunny day, half these screens are unreadable, and because they are glossy, they suffer from the same fingerprint fever as the piano black. It turns your beautiful interior into a greasy, smudged mess. Manufacturers are ditching integrated, shaded gauges for these cheap tablets because it's easier to code a screen than to design a dashboard. The truth is, we are being conditioned to accept less for more. Every fake exhaust and touch-sensitive slider is a test to see what we'll put up with. Stop buying cars that treat you like a tech subscriber instead of a driver. But at the end, we as a customer, we have to pay the price for these useless features or for these cars. If we send feedback to these car manufacturers and try to criticize these useless car features, probably they will do something, as they do some specific or one important or major thing that they did specifically for BMW. BMW started for charging the subscription or monthly payment for some options and features like heating seat or this kind of stuff. I'm so happy that it didn't happen in car manufacturing or in car industry in general. If you know any specific useless car feature, please drop in the comment below. If you enjoy watching this video, please watch these 2 related videos as well. If you think that I'm delivering something of value, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. I'm Saeed. You've just watched Carisma. Thank you very much, and I will catch you up in the next one. Thank you.